Hey guys, Mark Robinson here. Thank you so much for coming through this video series. It's been amazing. I've really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun just going to different places. Some of my favorite places too around Sydney and obviously around here where I live in Manly. And look, I want to be really, I'm truly grateful with the amount of feedback that we've been getting and the amount of people that are actually watching this. And it really does, you know, it allows me to understand what it is you guys are actually looking for, but more importantly, it just gets into my soul to know that, you know, that a lot of people know they need to change. They know that they don't want to, you know, do the same things that they were doing in 2014, 2010, 2008, etc., etc. They know that if they can just make some positive changes, you know, even if all you do is take away and just implement some of those things that we spoke about, you know, your future is absolutely going to change from what it could have been. So what I want to do now is, like I promised you right at the start, I'm going to give you some ideas and some, you know, next steps on how you can actually get help. Or everyone, you know, a lot of the people that I got feedback from, it's like, you know, where do I find the deals? How do I put a checklist in place? Where do I get the team from? And this is what we're going to do. So what we're doing is we're actually opening up our doors to our 8-week wealth renovation program, and it is by far the most successful program that I've ever been a part of. It really changes people's minds, it changes their life, and we know that we're helping these people to become and have the life that they truly want to have. And you know, I'm blessed because I get to spend an amazing amount of time with my family, and that's what it's about for me, you know. And I've got some incredible friends around the world, friends, you know, friends I didn't even know that I had, you know, and I'm only just, you know, getting to know them more. And I've got really old friends, you know, friends like my mates, you know, Shane and Kate, and we grew up with them through school, and it's been fantastic. And you know, I get to spend a lot of time with my wife, and I'm glad that we get to spend, you know, this incredible time. And I want you to have this, you know, this sort of lifestyle as well. But more importantly, I want you to have your lifestyle, whatever that looks for you, right? So for me, it's travel, it's giving my girls whatever it is that they want, giving all the love and support to my lovely wife, and just have that, yeah? So here's the deal, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the doors, like I said, but I want to go into a lot of detail as to, you know, what the program is, how you guys can use it, and the sort of benefits that you're going to get and the changes that you could have, and, you know, and just kick some serious goals. So to me, ultimately what we do is in the very first week, we start to look at what we call your end game. You know, this is, and it's not just about goal setting, but I love this saying that I've had for many, many years now. And basically, you cannot fire an arrow and call whatever it hits the target, right? So we need to know exactly where it is that you want to be. And where we differ from, I believe, every other program out there is we actually put a dollar amount, right, and a time amount and all those sorts of things that other people don't put when you're actually setting goals. I mean, you know, if you said to me, Mark, I want to travel around the world every year. Well, okay, first and foremost, how do you want to travel? I mean, I love business class. I think it's fantastic. You know, don't get me wrong. I mean, first class is even more, but you know, that extra 10 grand between first class and business class, I'd rather spend that doing other stuff, yeah? So really what it is though, is let's take that. So if you want to travel around the world, well, that's $20,000. That's $400 a week that you have to save just to go around the world business class, yeah? So we actually help you articulate exactly where it is you want to go, help you define it in a better way, and then start putting it into more like a financial plan as opposed to just some dream that you have in the future, so that you know what you have to do every single day to achieve that. Okay, that's just in week one. All of a sudden you get this clarity and going, holy crap, I know where I'm going now. You know, imagine that. Imagine waking up tomorrow going, yeah, I know exactly what it is that I need to do to make these goals and my lifestyle happening. Keep whacking the table, smashing the camera everywhere. So that's what we're doing just in week one, and we do that every single week. You get access to me and my team. We have through that end game, we're going to give you a video, we're going to give you a workbook, we're going to show you exactly what you need to do, and then every Tuesday night at around 8:30 Sydney time, we're going to be on question and answers and going through everything that it is, you know, that you need help for. And then week 2, what we're going to do is actually help you and determine exactly where it is that you are right now. You know, a lot of people just don't know how to get their financial statement in order. You know, we call it an asset and liability statement. We're actually going to teach you how to create your own and know where it is right now. And same deal, guys, we're going to, you know, you're going to get videos and workbooks. We're going to help you really create that. And look, the bottom line is you need to take action, yeah? And we are only looking for people who truly want to change. And so that's what we're going to do through week 2, find out where it is. So all of a sudden, we know where it is that you want to be. We now know where you are. Do you think that some experts can get in there and really help you achieve that a lot faster and give you, again, clarity and direction? You know, what sort of investments? What do you have to do? The next steps, yeah? But that's just the start of it. I mean, the very next week, in week 3, what we're going to do is help you determine exactly what we call your net investable income. And what I find is once we know where it is you want to go, and we know where you are right now, all of a sudden we start to find that hidden money that a lot of people just don't realize that they've got. You know, it could be in superannuation. It could be just literally the way that you spend your money now. You know, we can start dragging that out and going, right, now let's put it over here, you know, and if we can, when we do that, all of a sudden you go, wow, I didn't know that I had a spare $50, $100, sometimes a hell of a lot more than that, to invest in. And then we start creating those second, third, fourth, fifth income streams. And when you've got 2, 3, 4, 10 different types of income streams coming through, how much easier does it become to either, you know, pay down debt or grow even more money or go on holidays or what is it? Like whatever it is you want to achieve. That's the cool thing, yeah? Then in week 4, what we talk about is what I call escape the system point. And it's this crossover point where your income, your passive income's going this way and your actual what I find is the more money you earn, the actual less your expenses become in proportion to your income, yeah? Now don't get me wrong, your expenses go up, but in proportion to your actual passive income, you'll find they actually reduce because there becomes a point where you actually cannot physically spend all the money that you're making, yeah? And I know you know, a lot of people out there go, man, I'll give it a damn good go. Yep, I get it, we are too, yeah? But it's that point, it's that escape the system point. But what we do is we get exactly and specific as to where that point is, because imagine it's a highway, right? Your life is a highway, you know? Life is a highway. You know, you're gonna ride it all night long, yeah? Cool song. But here's the deal. If you understand that there are actually certain points that you can escape the system, right? Quit your job, you know, whatever it is, sell your business, blah, 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 whatever it is for you, yeah? A lot of people like to call it retirement. I call it escape the system. And because what it is a lot of people don't understand that there are certain points that you can get off, and it's probably a lot sooner than a lot realize. I mean, there are countries around Australia, there are countries around the world that basically, you know, you can live like kings for $1,000 a month, right? And these are safe countries, guys. I'm not telling you to go to, you know, in the middle of, you know, African jungles where you got to live on bloody poppy seeds and stuff. I'm telling you, these are really safe, pristine beaches, you know, cold beer, electricity, you know, all the stuff that we want, yeah? And what I love about that is if you understand and get to know where they are, do you think that all of a sudden that point where you can get out of this rut or, you know, where you are comes a lot closer, yeah? And we're going to share with you some of these cool places, and that's what we're going to do in week 4. Then what we're going to do is week 5, this is where the magic happens. This is where we start to help you build your mindset and start getting rid of some of the blockages that are actually, you know, you may or may not know that you have. And when this happens, holy crap, you know, your wealth will just explode. I suppose if we want to call it a downside, you start to become clearer as to who you want to hang around with too. And sometimes around, you know, when you start to get your mindset better and you're hanging around with positive people, you know, you start to leave a few friends behind and family. And that's, you know, is it a downside? Look, it could be. You know, what I've done with a few of my I just, you know, love them as they are. And, you know, but man, holy crap, you get to meet even more people that want to do even more good in the world, and, you know, so on and so on. And that's what it really is. It's absolutely fantastic, you know, and and when we get your mindset right, you know, all of a sudden you start looking at things differently. You start going, well, what instead of people saying, oh, what does it cost me? It's like, man, what's the investment to do that? You know, how fast can I speed this stuff up? And it's so much fun. Yeah. Love that one. It's challenging. I'll admit, man, that one there is challenging. It has been for most people. So in week 6, what we've done is, we're actually going to show you how to reduce debt, you know, and there's some real cool strategies that we can help you reduce debt. Now, we're going to, you know, partly show you what good debt and bad debt is and all that sort of stuff. And this is fantastic because a lot of people, you know, what I'm finding is out there, you might have some credit cards out there and you're going, Mark, you know, I've done this and I've done that and I've just got all this stuff hanging around me. Hey, that's cool. We get that. Yeah. So imagine if we can show you how you can get out of that rat race even faster than, you know, what you've been told right now. And with the really, really good strategies. Now, the cool thing about it, you actually might, you know, you might have been told in the past that, you know, interest-only loans are good, and we're going to talk about that. And, you know, we're going to show you how that, you know, there are good debt and bad debt, but it's all debt. And the quicker we can pay it down, the quicker we can borrow more money to buy more assets, to leverage off other people's money, to make more passive income, to give us more income, to pay down debt, which means we faster. It's a nice cycle when we start to show you, and that's a really cool week. And I look forward to that one. Again, guys, where, you know, you get videos on this, you get systems, you get checklists, you know, you get access to us. There's the whole thing, you know, you've got my team. I've got 13 experts in different areas that, you know, effectively that are on hand because they love what we're achieving. They love what we're trying to do. And this is the cool part. I mean, imagine if you had 13 people that you could talk to at any given moment during the day, right? Because one of the things that we do, we've got this secret little Facebook group that you can hang out with throughout the 8 weeks. And, you know, that Facebook group alone will be worth your investment because you get an answer like that. Hey, I'm thinking about setting up a trust. What are the pros and cons? Bang, you get an answer. Hey, I'm thinking, you know, buying this property. What sort of lawyer questions? Bang, you get an answer. You know, finance, gold, shares, property. Do I do this? Do I do the self-managed super funds? You get all these people, and these guys hang out with us every single day in this Facebook group. That alone is going to be worth the investment to this, okay? Just a side note for that. So then we go into week 7, and week 7 we start to actually help you develop what we call money rules. And I believe by far this will become the most important part. And I did it again. Every time I'm on stage, I never have my wallet with me. And here I am in my own home, in my own office, and I don't have my bloody wallet with you to prove a point. But what I wanted to prove to you is I don't have credit cards, you know. I do not have them, period. Sorry, not period. I have credit cards, but I don't carry them with me. What I have is Visa debit cards, and I have one for every different business that I have. And it's really funny, and I'm sitting there, people think I must be a weirdo because when I go to pay for something, I got to remember which business am I with and da-da-da. So but where I was heading with that, that's a money rule, okay? That's something that I believe absolutely wholeheartedly that this is going to change your life. when you know exactly what it is, and you can have money rules, and it could be something as simple as I'm only going to put no more than $10,000 in any one share, or I'm only going to invest in this type of property, or I'm only going to invest in these countries, or whatever it is. And we help you work and define those. And what we love about it is we give you these tools where you get to review it all as well. It's so fantastic. I mean, the results we're getting, like I said, and I did share this with you, and it might have been in the one when I was up in the business class on the way to Perth, but I tend to fly a lot of business class without my family, but shh, don't tell them that. That's a good example actually, guys. Look, my money rules, basically, I won't fly business class if I'm flying Sydney to Brisbane, mate. It's an hour and 10 minutes, for God's sakes. It's, I believe the bloody politicians should fly coach, and if they want to go business class, they should pay pay for it personally. And that's the same thing, So like, I look and I go, why would I spend $600 on a $90 flight for an hour? Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. That $500 is better in my pocket than Richard Branson's, man. So anyway, so that's the sort of money rules that we have, and we're going to teach you how to build all that, right? And then we go into week 8, and week 8 is the real cool part, because we don't leave you hanging. It's not a case of, hey, you've done our gig, I'm out there, We're going to actually tell you what the next steps are, because now we know everything that we need to know about where you want to be, where you are, what your net investable income is. We know your mindset, where it's starting to be, your money rules. We also know, if need be, you're going to have a debt reduction plan, which is going to be cool. So all of a sudden, we're actually going to tell you exactly what it is you need to do and in what order. So imagine that, right? Here's the deal. Imagine 12 months from now that you actually took up this offer. You're sitting on a beach, you're having a nice cold drink of your choice, right? To me, it would be a nice, beautiful beer, whether it's Bintang or Fiji Bitter. Those are the sort of things I like, or a nice, Bud. Believe it or not, I do like the Bud beers over in the States. So whatever it is, and you're just sitting there going, holy crap, 12 months ago, I made this decision and I joined Mark and his community, and this is where it got me today. And that's how fast we're doing it, Imagine if you gave me, if this is what I want to think about, guys. If I asked you to give me $5,000 and I could give you back $100,000, would you do it, right? Because the results that we're getting right now are upwards of that, yeah? Remember the couple I told you in their 60s, they went from 0 to 4 properties in 6 months. They've made around $200,000 out of those properties, by the minute they sign those contracts. $200,000. Imagine that, yeah? What would an extra $200,000? What would an extra $10,000 in actual real hard cash? Or start thinking along, what would an extra one income stream do for your family? Yeah, imagine knowing that an extra $100 a week is coming in without you having to work for it. What would that pay for? What extra thing could you do on a holiday, or whatever the case may be? So the other thing too is, part of this is we're also giving you're invited to what we call our base camps. Now the next one is in February 2021-22, but don't use an excuse, I can't make those dates. We've already got people who have joined up straight away and they can't make that date. That's cool, because we have 4 of these a year and you get to come to one of them. Now people in our wider community have paid $12,000 to actually get to this, and we're giving you as part of this little course as well. So all of a sudden, and what happens at the base camps? Well, here's the deal. On day 1, what we do is we actually talk about business and building your business and creating, showing you how to increase your profits. And then in day 2 and day 3 of the base camp, what happens is we're talking about purely investments. We're talking about, money rules. We help you define those again. Money rules and mindset. We start then with all the speakers. On average, we have, over those 3 days, we have probably around 14 speakers. We always have guest speakers as well. The next one we're talking about a duplex property. We've got a Forex guy, got a guy called Jet Xavier, and his story is absolutely amazing. You know, it's all about, and what I love the most is you get to hang around and network with like-minded people. I mean, it is so much fun, yeah? There's a dinner on Saturday night, and it is a lot of fun. It's absolutely sensational. You know, if you go to our YouTube channel, there's a whole lot of testimonials about, you know, what those 3 days are like, and it's just fantastic. And that is part of it as well. So not only do you get this 8 weeks, but you then get to choose one of out of one of 4 base camps, which one you want to come to. And this is just going to absolutely, it's like speeding up, you know, it's putting your wealth on roids, yeah? It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And that's what I think is absolutely fantastic. Now, you would have heard me talk about our, you know, this auto trading software as well. And I got off the Skype this morning, and just the results that we're getting are just absolutely will blow your mind. So what I've done and asked those guys is part of this, I'm going to start giving you some bonuses as well. So one of the bonuses is I'm going to give you, I've got, like I said, 3 books printed. One's about property, one's about shares, and one's actually, you know, some of you guys asked about, I mean, how do I protect my assets? So these are the 3 books. We're going to, the share one's literally just getting printed. It'll be out by the time that, you know, early next week. So we'll get those 3 out to you ASAP. So that's one of the bonuses. It's good quality reading. We've got some fantastic tips in there. The other thing too is, sorry, the trading software. Getting excited here because we're just giving so much stuff here. So the trading software, what I've said to the lads, basically it's $2,000, right, or $1,995. I've managed to actually get that, and it's part of this deal. So it's $2,000 worth of value. You don't have to pay a cent to set that software up, and you get 60 days to trial it to see whether you want to actually continue with it, and if you do, and watch it make money, and if you do, awesome, yeah? So imagine that, that's another $2,000, cool. I've had people who have paid more than that just for the software. It's so much fun. So what we're trying to do in this next 8 weeks, guys, is to set you guys up for life, do some real mind-changing stuff, and we're gonna have, like I said, our team here every step of the way to make this happen. The last one, guy, the bonus that I'm going to give you is actually a one-on-one strategy session with me. So probably I would say around that week, probably at least week 5, might even be, you know, week 8, but around that week 5, 6 or 7, we'll actually get together, and I'm going to get on the phone with you, and we're going to run through exactly where you are personally on a one-on-one basis. Now, those of you that have been following me on Facebook and stuff will know that I don't take on personal clients anymore. But I'm so passionate about getting you guys into a position and telling you where you need to go, who you need to talk to, and all that sort of stuff as part of this, that I'm actually going to open up, and we're going to have a good, probably about around 20 minutes to 30 minutes. And I know that doesn't, you know, to some of you, you might go, well, that's not a lot of time. However, because you are so prepared before you and I speak, you know, we're not there to talk about the weather. Does that make sense? Okay, we can do that at the base camps. We can do that, you know, whenever else you want. But to me, that's about bang, 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 bang. You're going to have all the questions you need to ask me, and we're just going to go bang, 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 and answer it so you can move on, all right? So that's what I'm going to do. I've decided to do that. It was literally a last-minute thing that I thought about. I said, I just don't want you guys to, you know, to think that this isn't going to change your life. And what I've also done is basically, the last thing that I want to talk about, guys, is we're actually giving you a money back guarantee as well, okay? So here's the deal. If you do exactly as we tell you, and you follow and you turn up to every single one of our calls, and you turn up to at least one of our base camps, you know, it doesn't have to be this one, but you have to, out of 4, you've got to turn up to 1. And at the end of 12 months, you feel that we haven't changed your life, and you feel that we haven't increased your wealth or your income, or set up another stream of income, we'll give you your money back, no questions asked, okay? But you have to prove, and you have to do this. So, you know, So we would suggest this on the money back guarantee. If you cannot make one of those calls, let us know in advance, because we know that something may come up, right? And I don't want you to be disadvantaged, and we don't want you to, not be able to get a refund based on a technicality. And then you actually not sit with us. You then watch, because we're going to record it, and you watch it at another day, and then do it, right? We're just making this an absolute no-brainer for you guys, okay? If you've got any questions, feel free to tell us. But bottom line is, hey, click the button below. We're going to have the doors open for, I think, about 3 or 4 days. The course starts Monday the 27th, and that's, we're here. It's 2015 already. We've basically, got 11 months to go. The 8-week renovation month kicks off Monday the 27th, goes for 8 weeks. And like I said, we've been doing this for a long time now, guys. The results that we're getting are absolutely phenomenal. And all I can do is, give it a go, guys. Money back guarantee, bonuses coming out, your backsides. So to recap, before we go, and I'll bring it up here so I don't forget anything, right? So week 1, you're going to have the end game. We're going to teach you what to do with the money rule, teach you how to build your goals correctly, and then turn them into a financial blueprint. We're going to show you how to do asset and liability statements so we know where you are right now. Then so that's week 2. In week 3, we're then going to show you what your net investable income is, so you can start doing some cool investing, yeah? Week 4, we're going to show you actually how quickly you can get out of the system, so escape the system points, all about week 4. Week 5, we're going to start smashing your mind, we're going to kick some serious butts there. In week 6, we're going to show you some debt reduction strategies, and that's going to be absolutely powerful to show you how quickly you can get rid of debt. So in week 7, money rules. Week 8 is going to be the next steps, literally a detailed plan of what you need to do to improve and get there and escape the system, right? You get access to 1 base camp throughout the year. We have 4 to choose from. First one's in February 20, 21, 22, here in Sydney, which is, we're having it in York Street. So those are the dates for that one. But like I said, there's 3 after that you can choose from. So there's no excuses for, I can't make that date. The next one is the bonuses. Copy of my 3 books, fantastic, a one-on-one strategy session with me, and a money back guarantee. If over the next 12 months we have not improved your life, all you have to do is turn up over the 8 weeks, come to a base camp, not do exactly as we say, but you just got to do those things. And if you don't feel that that's the case, we'll give you your money back. Made it an absolute no-brainer, guys. So click on the button below, and I'll see you on the inside. Bye for now.